Yes, sir, we are so back. So the scene starts with Siguruma unleashing his domain, and God, this is like fucking
Michael Jordan scoring a half-court shot.
or like Ronaldo scoring a fucking goal from the middle at 0.00 fucking minutes. Like, bro, calm the fuck down, the game just started. Anyway, so it's a direct tries to attack him, but unfortunately both parties cannot attack themselves in this domain. Okay, it's a non-violence domain, meaning they can't fight or attack. So basically, Iguruma's domain is like a court trial based domain where it's basically like as the rules of the court trials, whatever, you feel me? So in this domain, there's a spirit named Judgman, okay, and Judgman knows everything about the opponent. I am talking about their age, their name, what they used to beat their mates last night, you know, their favorite food, their crush. It knows everything. And guess what? So does Iguruma, because he controls the domain, and everything the Judgman knows, he also knows. And keep that in mind, because that's going to come in handy for later. Anyways, you see Judgman eat this speed, please, I need this ass face. Try not to laugh, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, you know, it brings forth Yuji's case for trial, and then restarts. So anyways, Yuji is being tried for being a minor entering into what I would assume is Japanese version of a Las Vegas casino or your average sporty bet location. Now wow, bro. Higuruma gives Itadori the chance to defend himself, and he said something very interesting. Listen, was like, you mean I can lie, cause? And then Higuruma said, if everybody told the truth in courts, there will be no need for trial. And like, that is so true, because if everybody told the truth in fucking Nigeria, guy, this country will be a peaceful utopia, a fucking nice country. But no, nah, Agberu and politicians full our streets, guy. Like, I don't know what was pass. So this man Itadori Yuji tried to lie, saying that he really got in there to take a shit, but George man caught him in 4K Ultra HD buying game tickets. Like, bro, you got caught lacking in your own shit. That is crazy.
They got your ass on camera.
Niggas ain't got me in no fucking camera.
This is the clearest video I've ever seen. This is the most HD shit ever. This is 4K. How did they get you in 4K?
So anyways, he gets sentenced for lying, and he got hit with the how do you say that again? Confiscation? Yeah, confiscation, meaning he stripped of his cursed energy. The domain closes, and Higuruma doesn't waste no time talking. This man went on a straight offense immediately. So dude threw his hammer at Yuji, dashed up to him. While Yuji is stumbling, he calls the hammer back, and then he tried to turn into Hey Me from Sonic and tried to side bash my guy in the head. Like, bro, chill. He gets sent flying back, but then he gets off for round 2. We then get this little flashback of Higuruma being a genius, and then we are back to the future, and oh boy, they are scrapping. I have to slow this down because everything that's happening right now is so fucking crazy, and like the animation is literally sex to the eyes, like sex to the eyes. So I have to, you know, taking one by one, and then yeah, DJ, play my shit. He tries to hit CG, but then he blocks. He goes for another, but then weave, parry, block. Grabs his arm and then gives a punch in the face. I'm like, bro, that's my goat. That's my goat. It's a dude, Yuji. The Grima goes again, but another block, parry, grabs the hammer and then weaves it. That boy Yuji is the king of weave nation. Like, damn. Swings the hammer at Yuji, Yuji blocks it, and then Iyama faces it in his face with his hand. Like, bro, calm the fuck down. Once again, he threw the hammer at Yuji, which catches it, and then he threw it back at Higuruma, but then we're just standing there or farming for no reason right now. He then throws it back, making Yuji so confused, close the distance between them, and then he smashes the ground, with Yuji barely able to dodge the attack. I don't really think he's tall with the hammer, like, bro, just there spamming hammer throws here and there, like, nigga, chill the fuck down, bro. You are not tall, all this in, okay? This time around, the hammer hits Yuji in the face directly at point blank, sending him flying back again. Not giving a fucking chance, okay? Higuruma was on chase down, like even tries to play whack-a-mole with Yuji, like he was going bam, spamming the tray again, but then Yuji parries it, and then this nigga kicks him in the fucking chest, like got the wind out of him, knocked out. Even at that, he was still managing to block all the attack, okay, and then it was moving like he got untrusted because he was just there dodging, like weave all the attacks, and then he got kicked back again, sending him flying back to his chair. And nigga, what the fuck is this pose? You're showing the ball like Ronaldo. He used to try to block another kick by Iguruma, which sends him flying back. Higuruma strikes again, but then it is blocked by the chair. Bro wants to bust his head open, like, bro, calm the fuck down. And then bro's like, you know what, alright, bet, you know, and then he tries to sideswipe him, but then Yuji glides under him and then continues to slide down the aisle. So while still sliding down, Higuruma was like, you know what, say less, and then, you know, tries to gomu no extend his fucking armor like a Looney Tunes character, and then tries to strike him at the core, but Yuji dodges again. Like, bro, this guy is just out there weaving attacks like a fucking, I don't know, bird. Onk starts twisting the fucking hammer, and then Yuji is forced to fucking break dance in the middle of the fucking fight. I'm like, yeah, let's go Yuji. It's a very somehow ends up on this release, and then we get this clean shot for the IG flicks. Like bro was posted up for that picture. Damn. He tried to catch a fucking break, but Iguruma was like, nah, I am not finished. This man turned his hammer to a fucking machine gun, firing it at Yuji at light speed. Bro was not messing around though. Bro was about to switch cheese our goat, and Iguruma was like, he meant this shit.
I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
And we barely see Itadori just running for his bare life. Bro was running for his dear life, barely surviving that shit. So then Iguruma stops and then he decides to aura farm real quick as he recalls back his armor. He starts glazing Yuji, talking about how he's still holding his own even without his cursed energy. And like we all know, Yuji without his cursed energy was at his peak strength. So definitely, yeah, he can go toe to toe with normal sorcerers. But Iguruma was no normal sorcerer. This man was a literal demon. Like this dude was doing this thing from just 12 days of training. Okay, Iguruma activated his domain and his technique 12 days ago. How is he this good? How is he learning this martial? Like how did he learn all this bullshit? Like imagine a lawyer, okay, a simple defense lawyer putting you on your toe. Like this man is a defense lawyer and he's doing all this martial arts, all this technique, but unleash his domain expansion with ease. Like Iguruma is a fucking literal genius and a prodigy. Like you can't tell me bullshit. Like dog, I'm crying. Imagine Saul Goodman beating your ass. Like that is just so disrespectful as fuck. You can't tell me bullshit. We see Yuji Itadori sneaking around in the fucking vent, okay, and then we see this man hitting the monkey pose. Like bro, you are not Caesar, man. Get on your fucking toes. But anyways, he got caught by Iguruma and then he used the hammer to bring down the fucking vent as Yuji glides all the way down. He tried to give Iguruma a bat by sending the bat about him, but then we just see him break the bat up, enlarges the hammer and tries to squash Yuji like a pimple. And then we clearly see Yuji struggling under the weight of the hammer, and then he was like struggling and then thinking of what to do, and then was like, you know what, fuck all this. So he asked for a retrial, which brings them back to the domain expansion. So Yuji asked for one more chance in the retrial. So Judgment accused Yuji of the Shibuya mass murder incident, and then Yuji pleaded guilty. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, because that was Sukuna's doing, not you. You had no control, so why are you pleading guilty? I was so pissed off, and so was Iguruma, because he knew that he didn't do it. Okay, he knows. Anyways, Judgment crashed out and then he gave Yuji the confiscation and then a death penalty, which means now he has to die. So Iguruma gets this sword that can kill anyone it comes in contact with, like just one touch, and now he's prepared to kill Itadori Yuji. And like I said earlier, both the sorcerer and the Shikigami knows everything about the opponents. So Iguruma knows that Itadori did not commit this mass murder. It was Sukuna. And then he was like kind of mad, angry, because why are you taking the blame for what he did not do? Why are you trying to be so noble and heroic? But then we all know Itadori is the cog of the story and then he has to be the guy to, you know, save them all. This really got to Iguruma and then made him extremely very conflicted. And then we see Yuji jump across to the other side and then he punches the ground so hard he made a dust of chairs and, you know, debris to create a distraction against Iguruma. And we get this awesome, beautiful scene and this literal melodious OST that really got me crying tears on my seat. Like the soundtrack was so good, I felt touched both physically and mentally. And then all we see is Yuji using his cloth as distraction as he tries to attack Iguruma. And, you know, he decides to put everything on the line in this one attack, okay? And Iguruma couldn't come to terms to killing Yuji because he knows he didn't really commit the murder. So it was like, damn, you know. So he decides to call off the technique as Yuji punched him so hard he was sent flying. So then Itadori asked him why he called off the attack and why he stopped, and then Iguruma explained that technically what happened in Shibuya was not his fault, okay? It was Sukuna controlling his body, so, you know, he had no control over his body, so by law he's innocent, okay? The actions were committed by Sukuna and not by Yuji Itadori, so by law Yuji is innocent. But then Yuji still feels guilty about it and said that, you know, it was too weak to stop him and then if he had done something. But then Iguruma said that it doesn't matter, that as long as it's what it is doing, he's innocent and he's free of that action. So Iguruma comes to terms with what happened and then he gives Yuji some of his points that he came here for. The episode ends with the two of them talking about it and then chatting it up. And then we see Iguruma add a new point that transfer of points can be allowed between players, and then he leaves the cinema and then the episode ends.